I have to be the best version and representation of myself for this role to make this work, to do it right, because
Yeah.
if I don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for me. And
Well,
that
yeah, taking ownership of
mentality,
it is important.
but
Yeah.
that mentality didn't come overnight. It took a
No, it
lot
comes
of
from work. It
years.
comes from failure. It comes from opportunities. You know, in my world, it helped me define what I call my five F's. And no, one of them is not what you think it is. The first one was faith, like
One?
walking out on a faith. Yeah, no, it's not that one. We'll put that as the sixth. The first one was really for me was faith. It was getting past an idea that I had to do all these things for a certain reason, and that I was alone in everything I was doing. For me, I needed a faith. As a bigger picture. I needed to believe that there's something greater and more intelligence. I believe in the God of the Bible. So because of that, faith for me was part of walking out on a business and just leaving my job and saying, okay, I'm out. I'm going to do this no matter what, because I believe my purpose and value was better suited to supporting my family and to supporting them directly at a closer relationship. That last year before I left my job at IBM, I traveled like 300 days in that last year. I can't
Wow.
support my family
Wow.
and be local and help my wife and be with my children when I'm gone that much. That just wasn't no longer, that had no value and purpose. The money just didn't match up with that anymore. And I had to quit. And it was a good timing because it was the right way to do it. But in the struggles after that, in the 18 years it's taken me to get to where I am today, I discovered better in those processes of struggle and success who my friends and family are. And those are my next two F's. So you've got family and friends. Family is the purpose behind why you have a faith or why you do anything in my world. And then you define it. Sometimes your friends are closer than your family. So friends might be some of your family if you don't have ties or connectivities to them, or they don't relate in the way that you do, or they don't think the way you do, or maybe they're more negative about the things you're doing and they're not a great support group. And you might find in my world, some family are here and some friends are up there, and vice versa. It just depends. And those are two great things that everybody really needs in their support and their walk and be able to be successful in anything they do, quite frankly. The finances are actually the fourth one, because the finances enable the first three: the giving, the support, the friends, the family, the faith. None of that is possible for me to extol in an actionable, walkable way in my faith with my family and my friends than having finances that allow me to do that. It isn't just about what I can accumulate and what I can keep, because I know that you don't see a hearse behind a U-Haul behind a hearse. I mean, you literally don't. So I'm not trying to accolade things in this world to build up a big thing in this world, knowing that I'm going out with less clothes than I came in with. So it's not really the purpose. It's like being around my family. That's the value. The finances allowed me, through the work and effort and through support of friends and family and my faith, to get to a place where I could be around my kids and I can hang out with them every day and I can work from home, and we homeschool our girls. And that is nothing. I will never regret having the risks and time before to be able to spend that time with my kids no matter what, because that's what's all that's going to matter in the end. It isn't like pile my stuff in my room when I die. I want to see all my things. I'm going to want my kids there, my family. I'm going to want people that matter, because that's really what this whole thing is about at the end of the day. And, the last part of that is freedom. The final pillar of those F's, it stands as freedom for all things: freedom of choice, freedom of religion, freedom of acting, freedom of your job, freedom of the country, freedom to choose which thing you don't like or dislike, and political or whatever. At the end of the day, we all have freedom. And freedom has choices, and with choices come consequences. Some freedoms have consequences of choice. Some are more positive than others. Some you do because you have a free right to do it. Doesn't mean it's good for somebody else. It doesn't mean it would fit into their narrative or their worldview, but it's okay with me because it's my freedom.